we doing, man? Yes, Sirski, man. Episode 28. Let's go. Yes, Sirski.
Hey.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Sirski. We on point.
We
We on point,
point.
man. That's all that matters, man. We on point that, man. We on point that, man. So what are we here today to do? We here to first, to most definitely celebrate you. That's what we really here to do, to celebrate you. But you know what I'm
Uh,
saying? Today we celebrating you though on something we call Fusion Radio Uncut. And today is episode 28 of Fusion Radio Uncut. So I definitely want to clap it up a little bit for that. You get what I'm saying? So 28 episodes in, man. I'm definitely excited, man. I ain't did one of these in like a couple of weeks, man. So I'm excited, man. I'm definitely glad to get back to it, man. So just to start this joint off, man, episode 28, man, let's introduce what we have here on the podcast today, man. So who am I talking to? You feel me? The most talented, you know what I'm saying? Miss Treasure Necole. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm glad to be on episode 28 of Fusion Radio with you, Keese, and thank you for waiting on me. I know I've been all over the place today, but I've been looking forward to this moment right here.
Man, I can't tweak with you too much. I can't tweak with you too much because shit, you've been waiting on me for like the last 2-3 weeks.
That's all right. Life be life, and so don't worry about it.
For sure, man. It definitely be like that, man. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started, man. So first I wanna start out from the beginning, man. I wanna start out from the beginning a little bit just cause I know it's probably gonna be certain people that's gonna tune in that's probably already know you as that already like familiar with your music and what you got going on as far as your movement, but it's gonna be a lot of new people that probably never heard of you, never listened to any of your music and stuff like that. So I want them to get a little bit of like the backstory and just talk to us a little bit about like first like where you come from, you know what I'm saying? Like tell us a little bit about like how you was raised and then eventually transition a little bit and tell us a little bit like how did music eventually come into your life.
Okay, where you want to start?
Um we could start by just telling like where you come from and stuff like
Okay.
that and then we could just go from there.
Okay, so where I come from is for those of you who don't know me, who's watching, who's about to tune in, my name is Treasure. I am from out west Chicago, stand up.
Yes, Sirski.
If you know Maywood, if you know Bellwood, you know it's the woods. And, you know, my parents, my mother is from the west side of Chicago, and my father is kind of like from like the west suburbs. So I've definitely always represented out west when it comes to Chicago. Um, Man, I got started in the church. Anybody who knows me knows that I got started in the church. My dad was a pastor all the way up. Until transition. He was deeply in the church, and my mother was also. She used to be very involved in the church, but she's actually really smart, so she's kind of like in the medical field and things. But music is still like, I mean, she comes in the door singing sometimes, you know. So like, it's in my blood, and I started off in the church when I became a teenager. I was signed to an independent label when I was 19, all the way up to when in my early 20s, and that's when I really kind of found my sound and with R&B and with just the soul infused, pop infused. Sometimes we got a little trap going on in there, just depending on, what I was experiencing during that time. So yeah, it's been like that ever since.
For sure, for sure. So, in your opinion, you really say like, from what you can remember, if like you really dive deep into the music around like 16, basically, around 15, 16,
Well,
around that time.
no, I would say I've always been in music. So I started singing. I know it's gonna sound cliche, but I started singing when I was like 5, and I was deep in the church for all the way. I mean, still, even still, I definitely take my spiritual life very, very serious. But
For sure.
I think when I was 14 is when I recorded my first R&B song, and so I can say I've been doing it for almost 20 years. I'm telling my age here. Almost 20 years just as far as just singing that R&B and kind of just being in my own genre.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So like me being an artist myself, you know what I'm saying? I kind of look at music a little differently than the average person, you know what I'm saying? So, but I know it's still a little different. Like, even though we're both artists, we're totally two different artists, though. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, with you being on the R&B side, like, talk to me a little bit about like the transitions though in R&B, because like me personally, I feel like you probably at a certain age where you seen like music change a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just from like you being younger to like the age you are now. You know what I'm saying? So like just tell me a little bit about like the transitions as far as like what you have seen in R&B from like when you really started really getting into it to like what you see it as now.
hmm Well, I know at one point they were saying R&B was dead. At one point, everybody was kind of saying that R&B was dead because it was kind of getting lost in that melodic rap form, and people were kind of having like a hard time identifying what was real R&B and what was just like melodic singing and things like that. And it became like really technical at one point. But I think for me, I've always kind of mixed my genres together. Like even though the heart of my sound is R&B, you'll hear some gospel influences. You'll hear things like that. But I think in my experience, I think girl R&B right now is at the top. I don't think it's ever been more prevalent than it is now. Just R&B, especially in the female world. But from what my observation, I think R&B has always, I mean, it's influenced the rappers, it's influenced the country singers, it influences all genres. I just think it takes the right people to represent it in order for the listeners to be like, okay, yeah, that we ain't going nowhere, you know. So
For sure, for sure. So like I heard you say something like as far as like the ends of not necessarily real R&B, but I guess like what everybody looks as R&B on like R&B. So like in your opinion, like how do you define R&B music? You know what I'm saying?
When I think about R&B, I think about three things, and I get this from one of my most major influences that I have, Tank. I love Tank, and we talk about sex, we talk about love, and we talk about pain, right? Those are like the three main ingredients when it comes to rhythm and blues because it's a story. It's about telling a story. It's about kind of just putting your heart and your soul on the line and just being the most vulnerable that you can for someone to relate to you in a way, like taking any experience you have, good or bad, and just kind of, making that person feel you. They may not have even gone through that, but listening to your story and your song, they're gonna be like, damn, like I feel like I'm there with her. And so I just think it's a heart to heart genre, and I wouldn't have picked any other genre than that because I think it's so personal and so intimate, and I think that's how I am, so it definitely fits even just my natural persona.
For sure, for sure. So we definitely set up this interview to talk about you as an artist, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it would be a disservice to me as a content creator, as a radio personality, as just like just an entertainer in general, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That I don't bring up the other things that you do, you know what I'm saying? Because one thing that I've been like, cause don't get me wrong, I've known of you for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Like, have seen you like doing your thing, you feel me? As far as like networking with other people and like just popping out and doing shows and just doing your thing in general, you know what I'm saying? But like when I really start getting me greedy into your movement and like what you really got going on, like I started paying attention to your podcast too. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah,
we definitely gotta sit down and take some time and like highlight your podcast, you know what I'm saying, later on in the show. But we definitely gotta talk about that because I love because it's like you a part of something that I already love. You know what I'm saying? Like you a part of the 290, you feel me, family basically.
mm,
Like I look at it like what bro got going on over there, like he didn't create like a whole like network damn near
yeah.
like
No,
folks got
seriously.
some shit going on like for real though. And I love that shit though, cause it's like it's one of those situations where like like how you see somebody start off in one place and then like you gradually see them like doing their thing
Yeah,
and then like I'm sitting back and I'm watching them, I'm like, damn, I'm steady seeing you like you because you he continuously doing what he doing with just like 290 Mo podcast just in general. Then like I'm seeing him adding different artists and different personalities like with their own shows. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn,
yeah.
like that's amazing.
He
So I
killing.
definitely love what y'all got going on over there.
Yeah, and shout out to 290 Mo. It's so funny when I think about that situation. I met 290 Mo off the back end of me doing radio for 2.5 years with another company called Urban Grind TV, where I was the right chair over there, and we actually won Best Popular TV Music Show when I was, at that network. And so when I transitioned over to 290 Mo and just seeing where we came from, and now that we're on our third season, and this Saturday we have my first podcast concert. It's going to be live interviews, cash prizes, food, performances. I mean, it's just going to be on point. It's something I'm very excited, nervous, and everything about. But the music is what got us here, and so I always go back to the music. But the podcast concert is something that's so near and dear to my heart, and I'm definitely excited for the turnout.
For sure, man. For
Mhm.
sure. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about, man. So who do we have live on IG, live in the building with us today? We got my girl Treasur Necole live in the building, man. She tapped in with me and stuff like that. I told her like, man, I gotta get you on a podcast because it's like one thing I've been noticing is like when I pop out and you feel me, shake these hands and meet y'all in person and stuff like that, it always be love and it be genuine energy and stuff like that. So it's like I'll be like, yeah, I gotta get him on a podcast. I
Of
gotta get
course,
y'all on a podcast.
of course, yeah.
For sure, man. So talk to me a little bit about like, cause like you said, you've been doing music for 20 years though. Like that's amazing to me. Cause like a lot of people give up. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people like if they don't, cause not to say you didn't make it, you know what I'm saying? That ain't what I'm trying to say. I'm just basically saying like when certain people don't reach a certain level in their head, they feel like they didn't make it, so like they might get discouraged.
Yeah.
And like being in the game for 20 years and you probably haven't done certain things, you would probably look at it like, oh man, this is a failure, or well, at the bam, I'm wasting my time. But you continuously do your thing and put out this good music and this good R&B and just like continuously just keep grinding and grinding and grinding. So like just talk to me a little bit about like that perseverance and like how do you just keep yourself going and how you been keeping yourself going for this long though.
Mhm. Um, Yeah, so when we talk about the 20-year span, we could even go longer than that because when I think about from when I'm 5 to now, 5 is when you're a kid. You don't know what you want, right? But you just know you have a gift and you know that you want to do something with it. As you get older, the adults around you start to say, "Hey, I want you to do this. I want you to do that." And you kind of find yourself within the journey. But when I talk about if we go from 5 to now, that'll be 26 years. So now you guys know my age. But in that time, it's not, how do I put this? A lot of those years was a development period, right? It wasn't a time where I can't say that all of those years I was just super famous and super because I wasn't. I was growing into what I'm doing now, and I'm still growing every day. I think I didn't see no money from music until about 10 years ago, right?
Mm,
I didn't see no money until about 10 years ago. And I think the 10 years before that was my preparation to deal with the personalities, the business, the part that all artists hate, right? The part that is really inevitable to success. You have to know the business or have somebody in your corner that knows more than you in order to do it this long and not be frustrated and not be um weary and be like, oh, fuck this. I don't want to do this anymore. Now, I've had times like that, but I've done so many different things in music. Like, it's beyond going to the studio, it's beyond performing at showcases. You know, I've traveled overseas and sang. I've sang in groups. I've been signed to an independent label. So I've had all kind of different phases when it comes to music. And so I think time just flies when you're having fun. And you look up and you're like, oh shit, I'm 30, I'm 31, I'm about to be 32. What's next for me? What should I do next? So and when it's in your blood and you love it, I mean, it's like breathing. I mean, I can't wake up and not breathe. So that's the same thing with music. I can't wake up and not sing and not write. I can't.
mm.
Yeah.
That's crazy because I was going to transition and play one of your two songs. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of want to ask you another question before we actually transition into your music, though, because I'm kind of like intrigued by this whole process as far as like a songwriter on the R&B side. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, me being an artist myself, I understand the process of like writing a rap or like, you feel me, writing lyrics like that, like bars basically, you know what I'm saying? But like when you an R&B artist, y'all not necessarily writing bars, you know what I'm saying? So like how would you even really necessarily describe that process as far as like you just writing a song though? Like what would you necessarily call it? Because we call that spitting or writing bars, but what would y'all call y'all process?
Well, I think that's what makes me unique too, because even though I am an R&B singer, and I do think that when you're writing an R&B song, like I mentioned earlier, it's more about telling a story rather than kind of hitting somebody with that punchline like rappers have to do, or hitting somebody with those bars like you say. But with me, I love rap music. I love hip hop. So when you listen to some of my records, you're gonna hear some fucking bars because it's part of. I don't want to ever be put into a box where I can't sing and throw some heavy ass lyrics in there. I should be able to do both, right? And so I kind of mix the storytelling and I put sprinkle of bars in really all of my songs. I try to. It's just because I'm singing it, it doesn't when people hear it, it's not like, oh shit, that was raw as hell, but when you listen to it, you like, damn, okay, yeah, I heard that. Like, it's just a different reaction, but it's all the same. It's universal. So I still be trying to do my little bars, put my little bars in there, you know. So but I love to narrate. R&B is about narration. It's about um making somebody visualize what you're saying, you know.
For sure, man. For sure, man. That's what I'm talking about. So like I said earlier, man, it's episode 28 of Fusion Radio Uncut, man. We doing our thing. We live in the building, IG Live. You know what I'm saying? Thank you to everybody who done tuned in so far. Thank you to everybody that's gonna watch this on the replay and stuff like that. Who do we have live in the building? My girl, Treasur Necole, man. So you sent me two songs, you know what I'm saying? Two songs to highlight you and what you got going on as far as your sound and how you want us to look at you today. So you know what I'm saying? These two songs that we're gonna play on Fusion Radio on Uncut. The first song is called Earn It, and then the second song is called Prove It. You know what I'm saying?
There we
So
go.
so out of those two songs, what's the first song you want to play here on Fusion Radio Uncut first?
Yeah, let's spin Earn It. Earn It is shout out to just the whole process that went into Earn It. Everybody that was in the music video down to the engineering and everything. Earn It is a single from my album that's coming out, you guys, called Girl's Best Friend. It's my first single off of that. And Girl's Best Friend, we're gonna try to drop that uh in August, in a perfect world in August. But hold me to it, hold me to it, hold me accountable. This is definitely the first single, and it's so important to me. It's from one of my favorite producers. Shout out to Kaida. Um, and yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
That's what I'm talking about, man. So we finna get to it, man. So if y'all tuning in with me, go ahead and drop some fire emojis or something. Let me know how my girl coming, man. So this that Earning by Treasure Necole, man. Let me know how she coming.
Let's get it. In real life.
Hey, see, that's why I love doing this show, cause it's like, it's like okay, like it was already cool just doing the show, but it's like with me being an artist myself, like I know certain things as far as like that process and like what it takes to be an artist and like put these amazing songs together. So it's like when you get a chance to listen to other people's work and like listen to their art and how they go about putting their music together, it's just like the shit is amazing. Like, well, to me, it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? How I look at it. Then like it's like the small little nuances, like that last little end that I laughed at the end
Yeah.
of your song. Like, I
Yeah.
know that was you in the booth. Like when you was talking your shit, and at the
Yeah.
end, you probably heard it. You was like, "Yeah, that's it." Or
Like
like,
keep
let me
that,
hear
keep
that shit.
that,
You feel me?
right?
Like, like it's little stuff like that that like make me appreciate the process of actually making music. Cause like everybody process is different and like
Yeah.
everybody process is unique, and that's what makes like music so amazing to me because it's like in my opinion I don't feel like nobody can necessarily tell you or teach you how to make music. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's either you know how to do it or you don't know how to do it. Or it's like, I won't even necessarily say you know how to do it or you don't know how to do it. It's like everybody has their own way of making music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so like that kind of makes me want to transition a little bit and like ask you your process, like, because I know what, like you told us earlier, like R&B music or your genre of music is like more based on like emotions and like telling stories and stuff like
Mhm.
that. But like, what's your necessary process that you go through when you have to sit down and make these amazing songs?
Well, first, let me just say, IG was hating on me because while we was listening to the song, I was trying to share the video to like my followers, and it was like failed to send. I don't know why. I don't know why I did. We gonna get IG for that for real. Um. Anyway, just as far as my process though, I think what I do is, when people listen to my music, it truly is my life. I'm sharing experiences that I've had in my life. And I'm just kind of putting it in a melodic form, you know. I'll hear a beat and the beat has to speak to me. I'm not the type of person where I pick the first beat. If I do listen to a beat and I get it like the first or second time, I consider myself lucky, right? But when I hear a beat or some production, it has to almost feel like background music, something either I've experienced or I am experiencing in the time. So, and then I just kind of let whatever comes to my mind when I hear that beat, I write it down. So if it's an experience that happened to me 10 years ago, I'll still, you know, and I'm writing it today. It's still relevant, So I kind of just let my heart just make my decisions when it comes to like the production and everything.
And like that though. And the reason I say I like that though, because it's like, I think a lot of artists in general, and this might just this is just my opinion. I feel like a lot of artists then got away from like that feeling and like making music that's more like conducive to how they feel. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And really like letting that raw emotion out, because that's what music is. Like, it's an expression. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're
Mhm.
supposed to use whatever kind of music you make. You're supposed to use that as a way to express yourself and, like you said, tell us your stories and let us know like what you're going through, what you didn't been through, like all type of stuff. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
like music is a way to like necessarily communicate without necessarily trying to communicate. You know what I'm saying? Because you could listen to a person's song, you probably don't know this person from a can of paint, but depending on what kind of music they make and what type of like analogies they using and what type of message they trying to give off, you can learn a lot about a person without even
Yeah.
them necessarily sitting there telling you like, oh yeah, this happened or that happened or this and that and this and that. Like, if you really just pay attention to the words that they saying, like, you can learn a lot about a person. Then it's
Yeah.
like, I'm listening to Earn It, like that fucking beat cold, like that's
Woo!
a cold ass beat, like
Smoke
that
me.
beat not like.
Yeah. I love Kaida. Kaida is he's actually a producer that I connected with off the internet. And I listened to his beats and I listened to his repertoire, and it was just, I got a couple songs on my that you guys will be hearing coming up that's from him. But I also have some when you play the second single, you'll hear another one of my favorite producers. His name is College. He produced Prove It. Um, and so I always like to lock in with producers. I don't like to use a lot of different people. I like to lock in with, like, I always have my starting five. That's what I call it. I want five of everything. I want five producers. I want five videographers. I want five cameramen. And I want them all to. I want it to feel like the Lakers Kobe era. I want it to feel like that because that's the kind of music that we trying to market, that we putting out. You know?
For sure, man. For sure, man. For sure.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You almost fake Kobe. You on man. You had me when you said
What?
that Kobe shit. You had me fake think about my boy for a second. You know what I'm saying? Because man, that's what I used to call me and Brian. You know what I'm saying? Shaq and Kobe type shit. That was my Shaq. I was his Kobe type shit. That was our little
Listen.
duo, man. So you definitely just made me think about my boy, man. Shout out Brian Stinson, man. We doing this shit for you. Yes, Cersei keeping this shit alive, keeping this shit going. Cause it's a lot of amazing artists just like yourself that need this platform, man. So I'm definitely thankful that we could keep this shit going.
Yeah.
That's what we doing. Yeah, episode 28 of
28.
Fusion Radio Uncut. Yes, Sirski, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So who do we have in the building? My girl Treasur Necole, man. She came through with the R&B vibes, man. You feel me? We dropping the octave in the summertime. We getting real slow with it, you feel me? We getting real emotional with it, man, with the R&B vibes. But I like it though. I like to
Yeah. Don't
switch it
be
up like
scared. Don't be scared to get in tune with them emotions. We need them emotions.
for
Yeah.
sure, man, for sure. See, I'm the type of brother like I'm the type of nigga where like I don't listen to R&B music all day every day,
Hmm.
but like depending on how I'm feeling though, I got an R&B like
Right.
little playlist. I got some joints in there too though. Like I got some joints in there. Like I could definitely send that shit over because it be like I'm the type of nigga with like it's no rap before 12 o'clock type shit. Like I
Okay.
can't wake up and start my day listening to like drill, kill this.
Uh-huh.
Like nah. Like don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna lie, cause like I ain't gonna say I'm that type of artist, but like you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like I come from that, so like I get it, but like I can't wake up 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning and listen to that shit. No,
Yeah.
no, I gotta turn on some Luther Vandross or some Isley Brothers, something
Right.
like something to just like you feel me? Cause I'm I understand how powerful music is. You get what I'm saying? So like if that's the first thing you listening to when you wake up in the morning, like that's what your brain gonna be filled with.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So them the type of vibes that you gonna be on that day. So I feel like you wake up get some of that good music and you know what I'm saying, them good vibes. Even if we throwing some Treasure in the cold, goddamn it,
I know
it
that's
gotta be
right.
some vibes. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, cause it
Yeah.
ain't just so much like old R&B. Like I listen to a lot of new R&B. Like I ain't got like Pacific. Like I'm the type of nigga like I listen to like Pacific songs type
Hmm.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like just one Pacific artist. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I might take this song from this artist or this specific song because like it be certain songs and how they trigger you. You know what I'm saying? The emotions that they bring out of you. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
that's how I go about building my playlist and like the type of music I listen to. Like you gotta invoke a certain type of energy out of me, like with a certain song for me to really be like, I bet I'm that's going in a playlist or I fuck with that type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
so that's what's up though, man. That's what's up. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm kinda thirsty to hear this other song. Cause
Yes.
you came with some heat with Earn It, you know what I'm saying? So
Oh
let's see
yeah.
what type of time Prove It is. So before we actually listen to Prove It though, you know what I'm saying? Like just tell me a little bit about like what was the overall message that you was really trying to come with this song and like what was the process of actually putting this song together though?
Mm-hmm. With Prove It, it was such a natural process because like I said, the producer is College. College is somebody that I worked with. He's also an artist as well. He's somebody that I worked with on his project. But he's also somebody that I had met when I was being interviewed at another network. I had met him in that space and we kind of connected just as far as like, the music and everything. We linked, we had a couple studio sessions and it was always natural. We did not miss. I'm like, I'm gonna need for you to like make me some beats where I can just I can vibe to. And College understands R&B because sometimes
Mm.
the producer has to understand R&B as well. There is a such thing as a hip hop producer, a gospel producer, a country producer. There are such that just like it is artists, right? And so College understood the assignment and he made me go as hard as I did on Prove It. And I'm very proud of Prove It. Prove It is something that we're going to shoot a video for very soon. But currently it has a hair commercial with my girl Bria Lene. Shout out to her. And this song is just limitless. And when we talk about Prove It, I'm just talking about, as an artist, you have a lot of admirers. You have a lot of people that want to get close to you, that want to talk to you, that want to get involved with you. My message in that is, are you sure that you want to do that? Just because you see something on the exterior, are you sure you really want to fuck with me in that way? Because it's a lot over here. But you'll like it. You'll like it.
that
Ooh, it's a
was
lot
cool
though.
now. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
Yes.
talking about. But before we actually play the song, is one point that I kind of want to expand on that you said that I feel is really important for the audience just to understand because, like, don't get me wrong, we're definitely here to highlight you and your movement. But it's like one thing I try to do with these interviews is it's like I try to highlight certain gems that y'all dropping because like you saying a lot of amazing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we not finna just skip past certain things you saying.
Right.
Like you're not saying like you're saying things that these other artists that's probably not on your level or like probably haven't put in as much time and effort that you have, they need to know these different things like how you just spoke on the fact that it's different kind of producers, you know what I'm saying, and depending on what kind of artist you are and what kind of music you make, you need to find the best producer for you that's conducive for your type of music because I didn't been in the studio. Even like we can even attest that to like even engineers too though. We could put that in the same kind of boat because I didn't been in the studio with niggas like and it's not even so much that they bad producers or bad engineers. It's just you would be working with them and they don't know your sound, don't know how you work, don't know like how to put certain things together, don't know your vision and how you want your music to sound,
Yeah.
and you would leave up out of the studio with some shit. You be like, "Fuck, what the fuck is this?" Or
Exactly.
it'll have you to the point where you would damn near think like something wrong with your song, or you ain't got it, but whole time it ain't got nothing to do with you. It's all about
Yeah.
this engineer and this producer and how they put your music and your record together. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So so that's definitely something that I had to learn, like just along the journey as far as like you said, being an artist and just like bumping your head along the road and stuff like that. But with no further ado, we finna get back to Treasure Necole and these motherfucking R&B hits that she laying on Fusion Radio today. You feel me?
Yes,
On
sir.
first grade. So we finna go ahead and get into this pooping, man. Let me know how y'all feel about this pooping, man. We bringing the R&B vibes tonight on Fusion Radio Uncut, man. Go ahead and check my girl Treasure Necole out, man.
Let's get it. Me with it in my mind.
It's like a ballroom, so can I swim on the mirror, walking to this opposite. My hands are heated, I'm ready to tell me. You heard it on me, can put it on me. Are you sure that you wanna do that? Wanna prove that you're the best to move with? If you could, baby, I'll be a new way. Like a movie, we'll see how we do
Yes, sir. Ski. Yes, sir. Ski.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
Hey, That's what type of time we on. We bringing the vibes, man. We bringing the vibes here on Fusion Radio Uncut tonight, man. So that's what I'm talking about. Hey, another thing that I love about doing this show, like when y'all send me y'all music, like like I got it now.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So not saying like I won't go stream y'all shit on like YouTube or another platform, nothing like that. But it's like shit. I got it on my
Right.
phone now. I can play this
You
shit
pull
when
the
I want
MP3 up. Boom.
to. OT, go right in the files. I'm finna play
Uh-huh.
this shit.
Make a whole
I swear to
Fusion
God.
Radio playlist.
Nah, for real though. Like,
Yeah.
cause like I got a lot of like, cause I ain't no hater, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I like it, I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a connoisseur
Mhm.
when it comes to music. Like, cause I don't like listening to the same shit every day. Like, I can't do that shit. Like, it be to the point where I go back and listen to old R&B, old hip hop. Like, I listen to a lot of old shit. I've been peeping that lately, cause it be like, I don't know. Sometimes it be like this new music. I can't really get jiggy with that.
Right, right.
Like I tried to like today, not even to like discredit him or nothing like that, but like I tried to listen to that new Lil Wayne album. Like I wasn't really fucking with
No,
that shit.
I haven't listened to it yet. I'm definitely gonna I gotta tap in with Wayne regardless. I gotta see where his head at. You ain't like
Yeah,
it?
it wasn't even so much. I ain't like it. It was just like, okay, how could I put this without being disrespectful? Because I don't want to be disrespectful. That ain't what I'm trying to do. It's like, okay, you know, like when you set the bar so fucking high already,
Yeah.
and then like you try again, and like you just, it's not nowhere near what the fuck you was expecting type shit.
Hmm.
It's like it it don't seem like he really took the time and put that together for real, for real.
Okay. I'm
Like
gonna listen
it's
to it and see what Wayne got going on because I know Wayne been in our lives since the Hot Boys, since when you think about Wayne, you think about the Carter series, you think about just, even before that with Go DJ and all that. Like the bar is set crazy high. I don't think he can do anything to mess up his legacy. But like you say, when the bar is that high, you really gotta keep it that high in order to keep your loyal fans.
for sure. Then like just with knowing how Wayne is, I don't think he really like tapped into the world though. Like I think he real closed off from the world. Like I don't think he real big on social media and like really be knowing what's really going on in the world. Cause like I said, it wasn't like so much the songs was just super terrible and they was bad. Like if you a lyrical type of guy and you like lyrical type of artist, you know what I'm saying? Like it was there, you know what I'm saying? I heard the bars. It wasn't like he was slipping on the bars. It's just like it it's like I don't know. Lately, I've been looking at music like music gotta hit a certain type of way. Like it's a certain type of vibe, a certain type of emotion that music has to evoke out of you for it to really be a hit. You get what I'm saying? And want niggas to like play it over and over. You get what I'm saying? Like if
Yeah.
you really look at the songs that's been turning into hits the last couple years and like last couple months, like they've been songs that you could play over and over, or not even so much over and over, but like that's real catchy that you could really catch a vibe to it. Like no matter if it's a one of them TikTok joints, a R&B joint, like no matter
Yeah.
whatever like the hit is, it invokes a certain type of emotion out of you and a certain type of vibe that how you feeling like I bet I'm fucking with this joint and like I was listening to them. Maybe I gotta listen to it over because I only listened to it one time. It was like a quick little run through. Maybe it's probably one of them projects that like you gotta sit on it and really hear it a couple times and probably smoke a blunt to it or something, and
Or
maybe you can
something.
vibe out to it.
Right. And you know what? I think as artists, sometimes we are antisocial, right? Some of us like to just post and go. Some of us don't even want to deal with social media and things like that. But like you say, I just feel like you have to know what's going on around you. Even if you saying I'm that bitch. I'm that artist. I'm whatever. However you look at yourself, you still have to be in tune with. I mean, if you want people to really, what am I trying to say? If you want people to relate to you, you have to, like I always say. It was so funny when Baby Shark verse came out, I
Hmm.
said I really wish I would have wrote Baby Shark. As simple as that song is, you know what I'm saying? Because it related to the kid, and I want to start writing children's songs too. That's crazy. You just ignited that idea in my head. I want to start writing children's records as well because kids ain't gonna never stop. You know, it's like you have to you just gotta get with the times. You ain't gotta be super social. You ain't gotta be no socialite, but you do have to know what's going on.
No, for sure. And like even to like your point of like how you brought up the Baby Shark song, that's a super simple joint,
Oh
but
my
it's
God.
like it's not so much about how simple or how complex it is. It's the certain type of emotion and vibe that it invokes in them damn kids, and it's so catchy to them. It's like all of them listening to it. So us as the adults, we don't have no choice but to hear the shit because all the kids playing the shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's
So it's
crazy.
like whoever came up with that, no matter if it took them 10 minutes or 15 days, they came up with some shit because it did what it did and it
Oh
is
my
what it
goodness.
is now.
And that's just the
Like,
point. Just keeping up with the time. Just knowing your audience. Wayne know he got fans that go back 30 years. So you gotta grow with us. You know, we've grown up as well. So you have
and
to grow with us. So I'm gonna listen to that Wayne album. I'm gonna see what he on. But in the meantime, Wayne is he's in my top five when it comes to rappers, lyricists. And I love the way he puts stuff together. And when you guys hear my music, like I said, I'm not your average R&B singer. I put bars in my songs because I love rap music. I love hip hop. So I'm just singing it. That's the only difference.
for sure, man. For sure, man. So,
Yeah.
we in the summertime, man, the beginning of the summer and stuff like that. What's certain things that we should be expecting from the Treasure Necole coming up this summer?
Well, the main thing I want you guys to expect from me is this Saturday, June 28th. We are going to be at the Urban Lux Cafe, and there we're going to have the Inside the Chest podcast, which is my podcast that I started a little bit over a year ago, but I'm already on my third season. What we're doing is we're just celebrating the growth of the podcast by having live performers. There's a game that I play on a podcast called Treasur that's grown really popular. And so we're going to give out cash prizes to the people that play that game. We're going to have sounds by Corey Ether, photography. So all the artists are going to have their own content where they can leave home with their content and share it with the people. And again, shout out to 290 Mo. This is part 6 of his Thank You for Listening series. It's just a highlight of my podcast this time around. And I think it's really just going to take the podcast to a whole nother level. It's already surpassed my expectations just as far as the people that have came on there, the vibes. Other than that, like I said, I am finishing up my album, Girl's Best Friend. You guys will be hearing that sometime in August, September-ish. I know I done already pushed it back a month. It's since we talked, but you just got to think about it. It takes part of the business artist. It takes 30 days after you submit the whole album anyway for it to be approved, everything. So even if I do, you know, submit it on in July, it still won't be August till it comes out, or so forth and so on. But yeah, you guys can look forward to just a whole lot of things. I think I'm gonna get back into the modeling real heavy. I'm gonna get back. I kind of faded to black a little bit with the modeling because I was so focused on the podcast and getting the album out. But we're gonna get submitted in some more magazines. I'm internationally published, which is very, I don't say it in a braggadocious way. I'm so humbled by it. That people that don't know me can open a book and see me. That's something that I would have never imagined when I first started. So yeah, most definitely.
That's great, man. I love hearing that great news, man. That's amazing, man. So
Yeah.
before we get up out of here, like I told you, we got to talk about this podcast. We gotta highlight this podcast. Cause I've been seeing the vibes, I've been seeing what y'all doing over there with 290 more and stuff like that. And I love the growth from him. I love the growth from all y'all because it's like it seemed like y'all all like it's a couple of y'all that got y'all own shows, but all y'all shit different though. It's not like this person is doing what this person is doing, or this person took this idea from this person. Like y'all all got your own shit
Mhm.
in y'all own different ways. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's like I want to talk about you though and what you doing with this podcast, because at the same time you growing your name as an artist, this podcast is still doing what it's doing though. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And it's still helping you out. So definitely tell us like what was the whole idea behind this podcast? How did it even come to fruition? And like how you said earlier, you 3 seasons in, and that's amazing. Like how we talked earlier, it's certain people that get to half a season or a couple of episodes and quit, but you didn't
yeah,
got 3 full seasons. So like that's amazing. You
yeah.
get what I'm saying? So just talk to me a little bit about like what was the whole idea behind this podcast in general.
So just starting with the name, we called it Inside the Chest Podcast because I don't want to say the year because I know I'll get the year wrong, but it was a time where I was trying to fundraise myself to go to New York. It was years and years ago. I put together my own showcase where it was a one man show. It was me and a band and a DJ, and I had a show where I was raising money to go to New York to work with this famous producer called Demo Wet. He's most famously known for the Diddy and Nas song "Hate Me Now," but I wanted to work with him, but I couldn't. I needed a way to get to New York to do it, and so what I did was I hosted a fundraising show and I raised money to go there, and it was called the Inside the Chest Showcase, and it was just me. And I called it Inside the Chest because my name is Treasure. My real name is Treasure, and we talk about the treasure chest. It's kind of like a double metaphor, and we talk about just inside the chest, inside the heart, because like I said, R&B deals with the heart, and even when I'm not doing music, I'm always dealing with the heart. I'm so anybody who knows me, they know I'm so they call me like intense and emotional and things like that, but it helps me so much in my music. Sometimes it can be a deterrent, uh, but for the most part, it's my biggest strength, and I take pride in it. Um, and so what happened was I was able to go to New York, and I was able to record a dozen of songs with this famous producer. I come back, um, and we stay in contact, and I continue to work on my music independently. You fast forward years later, after I do radio, I met Mo, and when I met Mo, he ignited such a fire in me because I had recently left a radio station that I was at for 2.5 years, and I had took a year break off of radio in general just because I wanted to know, where do I belong in this? I know that my voice holds more power than just me singing. I need to be talking to the people as well. I need to be just really digging in. And it'll be an opportunity for me to put my music. If you guys look at the podcast, you'll see that I insert my music videos in the commercials, and I get people that I've worked with previously as guests on the show. It's very personal to me. And like I said, we're on our third season, and we're actually going to start shooting season 4 in July. So anybody who watches this, if you're interested in an interview, I want you to DM us. You can either DM my personal page or the podcast page, and we'll get you on there.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
For sure. That's what I'm talking about, man. So I ain't gonna lie to you. Like every time I get a chance to do this show and do anything that has anything to do with fusion radio, it's like it just put me in a good space, a good headspace. Like it's just cause y'all just so amazing, bro. Like I see why Brian started this shit, and I see why he was doing it for 17 years type shit. Cause it's like just getting a chance, especially like with conversations like this, like when you get the one-on-one joint and you get a chance to break a person down and like ask, cause I ask the questions I want to ask. I don't give a fuck about what nobody else want to ask you and what they want to talk about. Like I'm gonna ask you the shit that I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like on some, because with me being an artist myself, like I have my own questions. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's certain things I want to know from different point of views. You know what I'm saying? So then when I get a chance to put my radio personality hat on, it'd be like like, don't get me wrong, I do my research. I definitely do research on y'all and stuff like that to formulate certain questions. But like, I probably formulate like 2 or 3 questions, and then the rest of the questions
Right.
just coming out the conversation basically. Because
Yeah.
now it's like we basically having a conversation at this point. That's how I look at these interviews. I don't necessarily look at them like I'm sitting here asking y'all questions and y'all just simply answer questions and we just going on to the next question. Like, nah, we having a conversation type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
definitely appreciate you just giving me a little bit of your time. You know what I'm saying? And giving me the opportunity to just chop it up with you, see what you got going on, highlight your movement. Cause it's like shit. You don't have to give me that opportunity. Then I've been trying to get my shit together. I've been having all type of shit going on. This shit been wacky as hell, trying
I
to
understand.
get the bugs out and all type of shit. It's like, man, I don't. But I'm getting my shit together though. I'm getting it together slowly but surely. I'm getting it together because I'm working on building a team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm understanding that, especially with the loss of Brian, it's like folks play like a real major role in this shit.
Yeah.
Like, as far as production, as far as putting this shit together, like that man worked his ass off and did a lot to just do the little things that we was doing. And it's like I got a lot of ideas and a lot of things that I want to do with Fusion Radio. So it's like I'm slowly but surely building this team to help me do it better. You know what I'm saying? But before we get up out of here, we in episode 28, you know what I'm saying, of this
Yeah.
amazing show we call Fusion Radio Uncut. You definitely got to do 2 things for me. You
What's
know what I'm
that?
saying? You got to do 2 things for me. The first thing you got to do is you got to take the time to shout out yourself and shout out all your social media so that people can follow your music and so they can follow your podcast and what you and whatever else you got going on too.
Okay. So what? And before I do that, I do want to pay my respects to Brian. Rest in peace, Brian. Brian had actually interviewed me years and years ago. I want to say between it was maybe 2017, 28. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the year because a lot of that is a bit of a blur. But I definitely remember. I definitely remember the vibes and the platform that Brian had allotted me. So he will never be forgotten. If you in Chicago and you do media or you do anything that involves radio or anything, you know Brian. You knew Brian. And so yeah, I want to do that first. But everyone who's listening now, this is what I want you to do. I want you to follow me at Treasure Necole everywhere. That's on that's youtube.com/Treasure Necole. That's TikTok. That's Snapchat. That's um Instagram and Facebook. And my podcast page as well at Inside the Chest with 2 S's podcast on all platforms as well. And the podcast can be listened to on Apple, Spotify, and iHeart. So we are on literally every platform that you can think of. So I look forward to gaining new gems just by being off on your platform, Keith. And you need to send me some beats after this so I can give you a nice hook. Okay?
No, we gonna work. No, we gonna work for sure. Cause I
Yeah.
swear, bro, I've been trying to do a song with a female for the longest, bro. I've been trying to do a
That's what
song.
you need. That's what's gonna take you. That's what's gonna cross you over. I'm telling you.
But I swear, I don't know if it's like it's either most of the times it be like motherfuckers be playing, don't be on the right type of time, don't be trying to work for real, for real. Then it be like other times like I don't know if motherfucker be thinking like nigga want to talk to them or be on that type of time because I
They do.
guess like
They
other
think that.
niggas be trying to
Hmm.
disguise it on some let's do music and be trying to kick it and shit. Like
Hmm.
I ain't on that, bro. Like I'm a professional. Like if I'm on that type of time, I'd have told you like, yeah, this one of them type shit. But if I'm trying to work, I'm trying to work type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a total professional when it comes to this, cause like this my career. You know what I'm saying? So as
Yeah.
an artist and as a radio personality, this is what I'm trying to do with my life. So when it's time to work, we gonna work. But when it's time to fuck around with the fuck around, then that's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. Time and place
second
for
thing
everything.
yeah, for sure. For sure. So the second thing I need you to do before we sign out of episode 28, you know what I'm saying, is all my guests that I have on here, in some type of way, I ask for a piece of advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can either be like, because you're an artist yourself, it could be a piece of advice that you feel like another fellow artist should know, or it could just be a piece of advice that you feel like a person should know in general. But I definitely need one piece of advice from Treasure Necole before we get up out of here.
The main piece of advice I would give to all artists out there is to read the contract. Read it.
Mm,
Read
mm,
it. Read it. That's all I just read it. And guess what? If you don't want to read it, or you may not be good at reading, we can be transparent here, right? Get
Fact.
somebody who knows. It's okay. We know as artists, we have egos the size of just gigantic egos to where we feel like we don't need nobody to look over our stuff. We know what we talking about. I think we don't know everything. And so I think that's
Definitely.
been my biggest lesson. Instead of being so quick to jump into something because somebody else is eager about it for you, because of however it'll benefit them, always think about yourself. Because if you wasn't who you was, they wouldn't be in your face anyway. So you have to think about who you are and what you want to represent, and don't let nobody take you away from, don't let nobody try to change you. If you change, let it be because you want to change. So yeah, that would be my biggest advice.
And I like that advice. Don't let these niggas change you. Stay down. Stay 10 toes. Be yourself, boy. Be yourself, boy.
And on business.
That's what I'm talking about, man. So again, man, I definitely appreciate you, Miss Treasur Necole, for giving me a little hour and some change. You know what I'm saying? About an
Yeah,
hour and some change. You know what I'm saying? Of
perfect,
your
perfect
time.
time.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Okay, and I'm definitely I'm gonna send some things your way, and we gonna work because I got your number and stuff like that. So even if certain things that I probably got in the vote don't work, we can always sit down and put something together though. Because them October November that's coming real soon. I know the summertime started, but you could never
yeah.
you could never get too prepared. You know what I'm saying, or be prepared
Hmm.
too early. You know what I'm saying, for these next couple seasons because I'm gonna try to knock out the rest of this summer, make this last little push and do my thing this summer and make a real push as far as networking and putting out these bangers and stuff. But then when the transition in the winters, when it start back getting a little cold and stuff, I got something for their ass. I got some shit like some totally different shit, some shit that
I'm already
niggas
know.
wouldn't even be expecting from a nigga like me. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So I'm definitely excited and I definitely want you to be a part of it. So we finna sign out of Fusion Radio Uncut, episode 28. And I just hope you stay blessed and stay safe out here, man. And I
Definitely.
thank everybody out here that tuned in to me and Treasure on today, man. I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah,
So with no further ado, we gone.
we out. Peace. Thank you, Keith.
That's Sersky.